enjoy the weather outside without a mask. It is the newest mask change from the governor today, who says you can now go outside without one.
Yeah, let's go to WMAR 2 News' Eddie Kedem without a mask on. And he is with the governor here tonight, who just announced the easing of the outside restrictions. And Eddie, it didn't take long to figure out what was coming to Annapolis today.
You guys can see my face now, guys.
Yeah.
Whole different story here. Literally, the press gaggle, they're reacting immediately. We had people ripping their masks off right in front of the governor. It was quite the sight to see, actually. And then walking around Annapolis just in the last couple of minutes, I don't know if the people have already heard, if they're already not wearing their masks, but we're seeing about a little over half the people walking around without masks on. We got a family coming up right now. We got this sign right here, which me and photographer Lamont were just talking about. Kind of just strange to see masks still required, which of course they are still required inside. None of those rules have changed for inside. This only affects outdoor dining and outdoor activities in general. Large ticket item venues, you still have to wear a mask when you're in big crowds, when those types of things are happening. But people are excited. People are enjoying this good weather. They've got their masks off here in Annapolis, hearing the news and the CDC news yesterday. And the governor also talking about that, how the CDC had said, you know, if you have your vaccine, it's encouraged. If you don't have your vaccine, it's still encouraged to wear your mask. But he also said there's no way of telling if people have their vaccine or if they don't. The other big news that came out of today's press conference is that outdoor dining is going to be able to lift all their restrictions. That means no more 6 feet apart for the tables. That means that you won't have to wear your mask when you're standing outdoors. People are excited about that. Here's some of what the governor had to say about lifting those restrictions today.
Masks and face coverings are no longer required outdoors in the state of Maryland. Lifting this emergency order is in line with the new CDC advisory guidance yesterday regarding masking, and it follows the advice of our team of public health experts, as well as the advice of national health leaders, including...
So obviously the big news for those restaurant owners is that restrictions are lifted outside, and the governor's also talked about possibly getting some 12 to 16-year-olds getting their vaccines soon as well, and lifting more restrictions, pointing to the numbers and the amount of people who are getting vaccinated and the health metrics across the board when it comes to the people who are being hospitalized as well. But good news for people in Maryland right now. The mask restriction lifted. A lot of people relieved about that, and the reasoning behind that supported by science. So people are happy about that.
So Eddie, any word on the various jurisdictions? I mean, you're in Annapolis now. Baltimore City hasn't always followed along on everything. Any word on that at this point?
Yeah. We're still waiting to hear from, of course, Mayor Brandon Scott. He has, taken a couple steps slower when it's come to different other restrictions and things like that. So we are going to have to hear from the different jurisdictions, whether it be here in Annapolis or Baltimore City or wherever it may be, as if they're going to follow. But we do anticipate some type of reaction sometime soon, possibly by 6 o'clock tonight.
All right, Eddie, thanks for that report.